Hello, Warmfather, and welcome to my first Dune Awakening video. In this video, we will cover the WDDR, the weekly deep desert rotations. In this type of videos, we will cover all the ringmouth spice fields, all the shipwrecks, all the Imperial testing station, as well as the Titanium and Stravidium Islands, as well as the new hotfix which came early in this morning. Alright, then let's dive into it and we look at all the ring mouths. We have this week's 6 ring mouths, 2 super close to the PvE border on F3 and F9, and the other ones are pretty far away from the PvE zone. So for all the smaller groups and solo players, try to build a base close to E2, E3 that you're really near to the F3 ring mouth, or you go completely on the right between E8 and E9, so you're super close for the F9 ring mouth. These are probably the best locations for all small groups or solo players, so you are really near to all the big ring mouths and you can bring your stuff really fast and get away even faster. Alright, then let's head to all the large shipping wrecks. For your information, all shipwrecks in the arrow we won't cover because they have every week the same loot, so you don't need that information. Really important are all the shipwrecks out in the PvE area or even in the PvP area. As you can see, this week we have 3 shipwrecks out in the PvP zone. The first shipwreck you can find between F6 and F5, and it has Idaho's charge in it. This is a tier 6 chest plate, and I show you all the stats now on screen. You have an 80% chance and can find up to 2 chest pieces in one crate. Let's head over to the next shipwreck, and this is the one in F5. There you can also find 1 chess piece, and this is the desert garb, and you can also find up to 2 pieces in one crate. I show you now the desert garb stats on screen. Last and actually least is the shipwreck on I1. There is no good loot in it unless you're needing all that spice infused plastinium dust, otherwise you don't really need to go there. Alright, then let's head over to all the Imperial testing stations this week. We have 3 testing stations in the PvP area and 2 in the PvE areas, as well as all the ones in the arrow. The arrow we also won't cover because there is always over and over the same loot in it. As well as in the D7 testing station, there I'm having no information what's inside there, but probably it will be just a normal loot, which is also in the arrow. D3 is the first testing station with the rotation loot. There is a sandbike boost and the hummingbird wing module. So if you need the hummingbird wing modules, go and farm them. The sandbike boost you'll never need unless you're having some fun times with your friends in the desert on your sandbikes. Okay, then get over to the PvP testing stations. We start off with F8, and in F8 you have a 100% chance to find up to 5 Dune Watchers, the best sniper in the game with scope. So this station is really important to farm. You can either sell the blueprints, learn them, or give it away to your friends so they have a lot of fun with the weapon. On screen, you can see now all the stats from the Dune Watcher, and then you can easily decide if you want it or not. Let's head over to the testing station on H6. There you can find the Fate's Drinker with a 100% dropping chance, and you can also find up to 5 daggers. I show you now on screen the stats for the Fate's Drinker, so you can easily decide if you want it or not. Alright, last but not least is the testing station in G3. There you have also a 100% chance and can find up to 5 black market las guns. So mark the station down because you really want all of the las guns you are able to get during this week, especially when you love raiding. And like before, I show you now all the stats on screen. Alright, that was all the testing stations. Especially good to know is that in every testing station you have a 26% chance to find the Tabor soft step boots. For all the ones who are not crawling too much, go and get yourself the soft step boots. They have okayish armor and really help you that you can farm in peace, that you are not ending up as worm fodder. Alright, then let's head over to all the titanium ores. We just will cover all the big nodes. We have a big node on H6 with 121 nodes of titanium. This is really far out, so unless you're in a guild, don't try to farm there. There is a way better titanium node on F3. There you can find 178 nodes of titanium on one island. It's super close to the PvE zone, so really try and farm your titanium there if you want to farm it in the PvP. But as we all know, we have so much titanium now in the arrows. There is on the left, in the middle, and on the right huge titanium nodes. So if you want to farm in peace without any problems, without any interactions with any PvP players, just go into the arrow, get your titanium there. Right, we do the same with the Stridium mass. We have on G3 the first big node, 143 nodes. It's kind of far away from the PvE area, so if you're not in a guild, don't try to farm this. You just will have problems. For all the PvE players living close to the border into the PvP area, try to go to E8, that you can really easy farm on F8 all your Stridium that you need. And the same as the titanium, you will find tons and tons in the A row. There's one big node on the left with 159 nodes, and all the others are a bit smaller. But as we all know, we don't need so much Stridium. We need way more titanium. So get a bit Stridium in stock, and then you should be fine. You don't need to get out to the PvP areas, and you can farm everything in peace. Alright, and then we are getting to our last points, and these are all the fallen shipwrecks. These are located on H7 to I7, on H8, F7, and E7 in the PvP area, as well as on E4, but also in the PvP area. There are 4 more in the PvE area on C3, C4, and B3, as well as on C9. The fallen shipwrecks are always good to loot because of the shipping manifests. You need them for the Landsrad. But in the shipwrecks, you also can find the Tabor soft step boots. You can find up to 2 pieces with a 47% chance. I'm gonna show you now the stats here on screen for the Tabor soft step boots. I guess this week's best base location will be around on E7, E8, I guess. You have 2 ring mouths close, you have a testing station with the Doom Watchers super close, you have a huge Stridium island. The only thing you're not really near are the titanium nodes, but since there is so much in the PvE area, you don't really care about the titanium and Stridium out in the PvP area. For my personal taste, I would recommend you all to build your base around E7 or E8. And if you want to cover everything on loot, your best choice is to go between E2 and E3 because there you have super close a titanium island, this Dravidium island, 2 ring mouths, a shipwreck with the Yuriba in it. So forget it, you don't need it, but you have your last gun on G3 super close. So the best spots will be between E2, E3, and E7 to E8. In the best case, you try to build 2 bases, one on E2, E3, and the other on E7, E8, so you don't have these huge flying ways to get finally to the testing station or something. So before we forget it, early in this morning, Dune released their next hotfix 3 for Dune Awakening, and we just wanted to shortly cover what got changed, what got fixed. Alright, the first change is for the Landsrat board, because this week was a task there to deliver 1.2 million Solaris to complete the task. This will no longer be in the game because they want to bring it at September 2nd, even if it was planned and they already said that they want to add Solari into the Landsrat. Why they remove it now, I don't really know. It's Funcom. Alright, we have 3 little fixes. The first fix is for the Wreck of Cytheria. During the track down Skorda contract, there was an issue that just the first person was able to loot it. This is finally fixed now, and all of your party members as well can get the loot out of the shipwreck. They also fixed a pretty rare issue. I haven't seen it by my own, but there was a bug going on that people didn't saw their ownerships of their assets. This should be fixed now, so you don't need to worry if you see something not directly on your compass. It should stay there now for all the time. The last fix they made was with the NPCs, that there was a possibility, even if you block the NPC attack, you got knockbacked. This should be fixed now, and this should be everything for the hotfix from today morning, the what is it? The 26th August 2025. We are all looking forward to the 10th of September when the big content patch or update is coming from Dune Awakening, and we will cover all of the patch notes here on my channel. Stay tuned for the next time. I'm having some cool ideas for some Dune videos in my head, and I will try to film and edit them time by time, and I hope we see us in the next video. Have a nice evening.